Hi,
Okay.
Kingfisher County. Thanks for having us here. We are sorry we're not able to be there in person. Both of us had prior obligations. But I did want to address a few things with you and let you know where we stand on some of the issues. Both of us, Wayne, I know we've talked a lot about this, but we both have a strong biblical principle that we live our lives by, and that is what our platform reflects. And I believe those are the values of the Republican Party. While I do not say we should push faith on anybody, you should know that that is what drives me. I always put the Lord and give him credit for everything. And so I have to say he's my number one point because that is how I gauge my life. That is how I run my life. We need to bring integrity back to the party. We need to have transparency with finances. We need to treat everyone the same. The rules need to be established and the same for everybody. I have seen people on both sides of this fence that do not treat have they want to have one set of rules for one person and another set of rules for another. The rules are interpreted the same across the board. I think that will overcome a lot of the division when people are treated equally and fairly, and we've gotten rid of the cheating and the lying and just that type of behavior. I was a church secretary and I was actually the office manager of the church, and I did most of the secretary stuff for 8 years. And we used the same program the OKGOP uses. And every single month, I was able to hand over to the board meeting, in the board meeting, I gave all the board members a balanced budget every month. I know this is, and that those were made by donations, just like the Republican Party. I know that that's possible, and I think we've been getting a lot of excuses for that not to be done. Under my leadership, the budget committee will have access to the finances to actually be able to make the financial decisions that's required of them. I believe in a bottom-up structure where this is a party for the people and by the people. And so we need to have our rules consistent. We need to have transparency with everything we do because this is not just our money. This is not our movement. This is the Republican Party's money, and this is God's movement. We are, if we do not draw the line as the Republican Party for what's right and what's wrong, who's going to draw the line? We have to be the example with our behavior, and also how we conduct our business, but also with each other. And I believe as we are having more of that from our state leaders, we're also going to have that from the bottom up. I am tired of the party just being playing favoritisms and nepotism. That's not okay. And so I do know that people are concerned about the FEC fine. I have had several people reach out to me, many small donors and a few big donors say they will not give to a party that's not transparent. So I believe when we begin with this transparency, we are going to have people give to the party more freely. I also have worked with a plan that would get some help from legislators, get some help from our counties. This is something we can take care of. I also have had several big donors that have said not only will they help us with this fine, but they're going to help us raise money. I don't think this is something that is a mountain we can't climb. It is something we can take care of and is absolutely attainable. But this comes back to we just need to get on the same page and come together. I believe our country is at war. We have been infiltrated and we have Marxists trying to take over our communities, trying to take over our country, and we have to fight back. We do not have the luxury of who we do and don't like. If you are on the same side of the values as I am, I'm going to fight alongside you. And that's the attitude we all have to have. I know Wayne, go ahead. I want you to talk about what you and I were discussing. You want to really build precincts and hold legislators accountable. I don't want to use all this time. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Charity. First of all, Charity and I want to thank each of you for what you do. You're the strength of our party. And without you, then our party, we have no power, we have no authority. You know, on 1776, there were 56 men that actually signed a document, a declaration, and went to the King of England, King George. That was treason. But in essence, what they did was they gave the authority to us, the authority to govern to us, we the people. Well, we are a constitutional republic of and for and by the people. Well, that's the way our Republican Party is as well. We are, as Charity was saying, we are a bottom up party. And that means you hold the authority. So, what Charity and I want to do is we want to hear from you. What is it that you want your party to become? And as Charity and I have gone around the state, we've asked that question over and over again. And basically, what we hear is we want the party to live up to Republican values and be a strong voice for our platform, which are our values. And they are biblically based values, they're constitutional values. But the people that we talk to, that's what they expect from the Republican Party. They also expect for us to keep them informed about how their legislators are voting. And are your legislators representing your values? So, as Charity was explaining, is what we want to do is she is going to really concentrate on the fundamentals and the infrastructure of the party. And that would be, making sure that our party is transparent and accountable to you. What I would like to do is I want to formulate the votes of our Republican legislature and then give you that information so you can decide, is your legislator living up to the commitment that they have made to you? And then secondly, what we want to do is we want to develop precincts. We want to teach people how to go out and knock on doors and actually be an army of door knockers and phone callers in order to actually elect strong, conservative Republican legislators. So, in summary, what I want to do is I want to concentrate on the legislature and I want to give you valid information that you can make a decision. Are your representatives, are they representing you? And then develop the party at the grassroots level from the bottom up. So that's going to be my concentration. So Charity and I have had that agreement. I'm going to help her raise funds, and I'm going to be her assistant as her vice chair. And we're going to work as a team together. We work very well together. We've been working together with each other for over a year and a half. And I firmly believe if you would elect Charity and myself, you're going to see an elimination of this conflict, this division that's happening within our party to a great extent, because your leadership team will be on the same page. So Charity and I are really coming to you requesting that you actually consider us, and we'd love to have your vote. And we want to thank you again. I want to thank you for all that you do. You're the ones that make our party strong by going out and knocking on doors, by going out and making phone calls, volunteering for great candidates. So we owe you. Thank you. As a bottom up party, you are our superiors. We are the subordinates to you.
That's right. All right. I look forward to making this a functioning party again, you guys. Thank you for the few minutes. Have a great night.